I don't think I need to respond to that because the concerned agencies would respond. But at the same time, I would say that there is no compromise as far as safeguarding the country's security is concerned, and as far as the professional approach of the security agencies as well as the military and paramilitary forces is concerned. You must have realized over the last few days that whatever appropriate is being done both across the borders as well as within the borders.
We have seen that there has been raid. For the first time during the last 3 decades, there has been a massive crackdown on separatists. Is the intent of the Modi government quite clear that there is going to be premium and incentive on separatism here in this state?
No, even as the Modi government's intent has always been clear and consistent, I think now it's also the will of the people. The 125 people of this country and as well as the people of Jammu and Kashmir, including the common people of Kashmir Valley, want this bluff to be called off, because living in a global world, they are seeing the manner in which India is moving ahead on a fast track under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, and they do not wish to be deprived of these enormous avenues and opportunities which are available to the youth in other states. And therefore, I think it is the will of the common people of Kashmir Valley that this wheel of fear, which is meant to keep them deprived, should be undone so that they can come out and participate in every activity, as you have seen in the recent past, whether it was the civil services exam, whether it was the recruitment for the military and paramilitary forces. The youth does not wish to be held back. It is just a handful of vested interests who, in order to carry forward their political agenda, wish to create this kind of a mayhem.
There is a face-off between BJP and Congress over the maps. We have seen that recently during the booklet that was issued during Ghulam Nabi Azad's function in Lucknow. They had shown that Jammu and Kashmir is a disputed territory. It's Indian-occupied Kashmir. How do you react to that?
I think as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, and not only Bharatiya Janata Party, even the government of India is concerned, if at all there is any issue related to Jammu and Kashmir between India and Pakistan, it is only that as to how to retrieve the part of Jammu and Kashmir which continues to remain under illegal occupation of Pakistan even after 70 years of independence, whether it is the Pak-occupied Jammu Kashmir or it is the Gilgit-Baltistan. And this is testified by a unanimously passed resolution of the Parliament of India in the year 1994, which was incidentally brought in when we had a Congress government at the centre. And I hope they would recall that.
They had apologized for that thing, but they say that the BJP commits a mistake, but they never apologized. A similar kind of a map mistake was there in the BJP website. That has not been changed. That is what Markan has said.
No, as far as we are concerned, we are very clear about it. The only issue which is left unfinished is that of restoring Jammu and Kashmir back to the territorial integrity in which it was handed over to the Indian Union by Maharaja Hari Singh.
How you see this FUPA? Because booklet issued during a function of Ghulam Nabi Azad, who has also been the former Chief Minister, Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir.
No, without having to comment individually on anybody, I think this would again be an eye-opener for political class, regardless of our political ideologies, regardless of our political beliefs, that there are certain issues for which the bottom line has to be drawn. And whatever be our political differences or political belief, there cannot be any compromise as far as the integrity of India is concerned, be it Party A or Party B.
Well, last question. There has been a blast, a terror attack in London. Do you think that now the time has come when these European countries who have been often talking about championing the human rights, they need to change their stance and come down heavily on the terror, because they had been in fact differentiating and very selective in their approach in criticizing and condemning terror after these attacks?
No, I think one significant development in the last 3 years of the Modi government is that the whole world is now coming around to India's point of view as far as terrorism is concerned. So terrorism is a universal menace. It knows no boundaries, it knows no nations, and therefore it has to be fought unitedly, collectively. This is the view India has held in the last 2 or 3 years. Some of those nations or countries which were not fully convinced with India's point of view on this issue are also now coming around to India's point of view.
Thank you so much.